Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield. All right, my friends. So today, as I promised, we're going to open up the harvest coffers, okay? We're going to review them. We're going to look at them. This is the guide playlist. So what do you get when you open them, all right? So I went ahead and got the big one, all right, for this channel since, you know, one of the big things we do on this channel is Lord of the Rings Online. And, of course, I wanted to get it, of course. But basically, we got two things. It gave us two different boxes. One of them, it is bound to account, both of them, when I first went. But the one you buy it on binds the items, I believe. So if you can see here, the Homestead and Harvest Luxury Cosmetics Coffer, okay? So make sure the character you want to be bound to are. We're going to check if the items are bound to the character, but the box you open it with is. Now, it says for the Homestead's Luxury Mithril Coffer, which is the Mithril coins that it gives, whether you get the first one, which I believe is 100, 250, and 500 coins. This luxury one, it binds to account, so, and it says purchase from the store. So we'll go ahead and open that one first real quick. We'll just see what it does here. I'm going to bring up my little thing here so you can see the... All right, there we go, 500 coins. So boom, we got 500 Mithril coins, and that also that was inside that is our large housing carryall that comes with the luxury one as well, the big one, which is always cool. Again, I'm not sure. I have a video on the carryalls. I don't remember off the top of my head right now. You can go watch that video if you want, but I'm not sure if they sell the carryalls for housing. I think they do in the store, but if they don't, it's a good way to get it right here, to get it like this. So cool. Now I can, you know, if you want to know about carryalls, you can check that other video out, but you can basically, it's a 50 extra slots for cosmetic stuff for your house, okay? So now that that is aside, I want to actually make sure my cousin Harry, the carryalls do not absorb my items right now. So let me just make sure. Here's my other one. I'm going to turn this off so it doesn't absorb it when we open our other thing here. There's an auto thing. It'll normally just put it in there, but I want to open this separately. So here we go. We're going to open now the Homestead Coffer here. Don't forget to throw a like on there, guys. It does help out the channel greatly, and I appreciate that if you enjoy the video. So here's what we got. Let's go through it. Again, this one is the max level pretty much. It's the highest tier of that coffers. You can read on my guide thing. I already done my LOTRO update videos where you can go through and see all the different things. I have a link to that. But of all the different levels of what they give you. So let's go through them here. So first things first is you get the great Grant the Homestead Concert Dance emote. Okay, so it's /dance_loot. Again, of course, you could always go to your collection and use that, or you can, you know, click the little save button and go to emotes and find it too if you wanted to. Whatever you want to do. I kind of like to go to the collection now that they have this nice system. Go to your emotes, and then you can find it and click on it, right? I'm going to click ones I have here. We'll say the dance. We'll search under the dance. Let's see here. And it was this understand loot one. There it is. Okay, so this is the new one we have. All right, so let's go ahead and see how it looks here. All right, let's go ahead and check it out here on our character. Go ahead and do it. Do it. Do the dance. Oh. And it does a little music. That's pretty awesome, actually. I like it a lot. Here, let's turn off the in-game music so you can hear the... Okay. There. He's got a whole little song. That's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to, big thumbs up to I like that. It's a great emote. All right. Oh, it just kind of keeps going. Your guy will just dance and play music. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it looks really, really cool. All right, there we go. And when we see, let's move on. All right, so now we have a couple other things here. We have the draft horse. All right, we got a draft horse, and okay, they're saying they're all draft horses. My sister said one of them was a Clydesdale technically, but it also, there's some weird technical stuff there with horses. They could be different depending on the thing. But we're gonna go ahead and put these and learn these. Again, these are skills. So we basically have, one of them is for the highest tier, and then you basically, if you buy the highest tier, you get all three, right, tiers, the medium and lower ones too. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these, and then we will check these out right now. All right, so now we're gonna go to our collection. We're gonna go to our, I believe these are not mounts, these are pets. So you need to go to your pets, which is interesting, very interesting. I've never seen a pet horse yet in this game, but here we go. So here's the black one. Oh, it's small. Look at that. That's so cool. It's almost like a baby version. Okay, so then we have that one, and then we also have this one. Oh, they're all small. They're like baby versions. Oh, look at that though. They got pretty cool little animation there when they walk. That's kind of cool though. Have it follow you around your yard or whatever. And there's the white one. Wow, they're really gorgeous though. Look at the textures on them are pretty darn nice. I like it. It's very nice. Again, I've always been thinking for a long time that'd be cool if Sending Stones would adjust the pets to maybe be able to walk a little farther from you, or like have different settings and how they walk with you, like walk to your right, you know, different things than just directly following you no matter where you go. But it still looks great. Look at that. We got a little pony. Basically a pony, it's so small, even though it's supposed to be a draft horse, I guess. I would say it's a baby draft horse, realistically, in size. Because it's as small as me as a dwarf, this is a baby. But still, very cool. I like it a lot. So, I will say I was thinking it was going to be a lot bigger. So, if you're someone who is expecting it to be really big, that might impact your decisions. So, good thing I made this video for you, right? But I still really like it a lot. I think they did a good job. So, we will leave that one. Let's see. Turn that off. And then let's look at the other stuff. So, we have a cosmetic pitchfork. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on my regular stuff so we can see it. Mine's a glowing. It doesn't normally glow, guys. That's because I have a certain thing on here. Let me see if I can put it on a different let me put it on a different one so that that's not confusing, because you guys are gonna be like, it glows? No, it doesn't glow. Okay. All right, let's use this outfit. All right, and whoops. I'm not gonna be able to do it anyway with that because of my other thing. I think it's because I'm using the wrong thing. This on my normal stuff. Let me just take off the axe for a second. See if that'll make it work there. It needs to have a different one-handed item. That's why, because I have a two-hander on. Let me put a one-hander on. That's something to do with the cosmetic stuff. All right. Well, you know what? Whatever. There we go. There we go. It's got a double pitchfork. So interesting. So if you do it single-handedly, it actually can just go on your waist like a weapon. I managed to do that somehow just now. That's pretty funny. And then you could also just put it in your hand, obviously, to hold. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, so I'll go ahead and put that back over here. Oh no, I don't want to do that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Oh, I see. I put it in my secondary. That's why it's a. All right, there we go. So you can add it to your secondary too. That's really funny. Pretty cool. So again, it's just a weapon. I think it looks pretty darn cool though. I like it. So again, let's switch that out. So that's kind of how you hold it normally, cosmetically. It's funny. So if you have it in your offhand, it kind of goes on your waist. Interesting. Did you notice the difference there? It went on your waist versus holding it. So guys, it actually looks like this right here, metal. I just have, apparently you can put your special auras on it. So if you want to have a glowing pitchfork that's pink, you could do that, pinkish purple, or whatever other color. But that's what it normally looks like right here on the left. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and put the other ones on here. Let's try the broom. You can have the broom on your side. That's pretty funny. Again, I'm gonna put that in my regular hand there. All right. Very cool. Again, this is what it really looks like right here. And then, of course, I've got my little glowing thing on. I'm not going to try to pull mine off because I don't want to mess with my... Actually, you know what? Can I just take this off? There we go. There we go. Problem solved. That's what it looks like normally. And apparently you can't have both on. So if it's on your offhand, it will go onto your side. All right? So like your shield location or whatever, a secondary weapon if you're a different class. Very cool. All right, and then a bucket. What does the bucket look like on the side? I don't think that's what that's supposed to look like. So let's switch that. All right, so that's what the bucket looks like. I will say for the dwarves, they obviously they tilted it because dwarves are really short. I think they probably should have adjusted the size personally because it looks a little funny. holding it like that doesn't look very natural unless you just don't have water in it yet. So you're like, I'm just gonna go get water from my well over here. But I'm sure it looks really good with humans. I'm assuming that's, but it, you know, there's a little bit of a visual update there. It could be good on that particular one. Not to be picky, but again, I like some of the stuff. I'm gonna be a little picky on things there. We're reviewing this for the guide, but it's still cool. So, that pitchfork is, you get the pitchfork with the best version, and then it's the bucket is the lowest one, and then the broomstick. And if you get the middle one, you get the broom and the bucket, I believe. All right, so now that we know that stuff, let me go ahead and just, before I forget, put those back on there. And then my weapons, and let's open. We have the Homestead Stable. It's a large decoration, so that's what we're out here. We also have the Homestead Decoration Tools and Supplies, so I'm going to open that. Okay, so these are all for outside decorations. We will look at them all right now. We'll go through them. We have the Homestead Decoration Crops. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay. So there's a bunch of crops, like a lot of crops. I see why they give you 50 carry-all, because this would be a lot to like just fill up your inventory otherwise. And then we have the Homestead Rows and Baskets of Crops. Wow, that's a lot of crops. Okay, so here's the reason why that they did that. I see why now. I am actually going to go ahead and gather them into, I won't gather them yet, but let's go ahead and look at how the house looks. All right. Oh, there we go. It did gather. Okay. Yeah, see, it's over 50. Wow. So that's why they gave you a housing carry-all with that, which was kind of a nice idea that they thought about that, because that would be a little bit hard on the inventory space to just have 50 items that aren't stackable. So it's nice they gave us a kind of a carry-all with it to kind of think about that. So good thumbs up to them for thinking about that. Let's see here. So we have, trying to think where I can put my, this is our huge yard. Will that fit, or does it have to be bigger? I'm looking for my, let's see. The Homestead Stable. It has to be a large, bind on acquire, decorate, all right, let's bring this back in our inventory here. Yeah, that will fit here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Wow. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it just how it set it down, because I kind of like how it set it down. All right, so now let's check it out. Let's look at this thing. Okay, this is pretty darn awesome. We have a stable. This is pretty cool. Okay, very cool. So I believe this is the front of the stable right here. That's pretty cool. It's even got some torches going. You got little work areas. Now, again, I do not, these are all cosmetic. You can't use these, but what you could do, if you have some of the cosmetic things that are for crafting, you could move your crafting stations with the, you know, how you can move stuff around on the, I have a whole video on that if you want to watch, customizing your house. You could move your crafting stations like right next to this place. So it's like, you could even craft inside if you wanted to. Oh, wow, it's very bright. Look at how nice and bright it is in here. The lighting effect. Obviously, there's only one torch in here, so there's a lighting effect, right? Realistically, but I like it. I want to be able to see things, right? You know, it's one thing to be realistic, it's another thing to be able to actually see things as you're doing stuff. This is really nice, okay? This is really cool. You know who's going to really love to see this? My sister's going to love this, because she's a big horse fan and barn, so. Yep, I now have my own barn. We'll call it the Ironshield's barn. Alright, it's where I'll put all my mounts. Now, the coolest thing about this in the future that I think would be a neat addition, which I don't think you can do here, we'll look real quick, but it would be neat if they made it where you could actually, like, get, like, a mirror of your horses you actually own, either your cosmetic pets or your actual mounts, and, like, right-click and, like, attach a visual representation of your horse. I know realistically it can't be your actual mount. It's not how it works in this game, but where you could put some of your actual mounts in here, okay, cosmetically to see. I believe that is not a thing you can do here. I'm just double checking right now. I don't see any extra things to click or buttons, because I was thinking that'd be kind of cool if you could like do that. Again, this is just for fun, just for looks, to have a barn. But that would be a really cool addition, standing stones. Just throwing that out there. That might be a little, that might be a lot. It could probably cause a lot of glitchy things too. But like, think about how cool that would be, right? You could do your collection. Again, I still like, this is a big thumbs up for me. This whole barn looks fantastic. I even like the moss on the rocks, like, and the hay bales, and the horseshoes hanging all over the place is kind of cool. They've got a saddle thing right here, right, for saddles up here. Definitely designed for humans, not dwarves, though. Again, I'm noticing what dwarf can reach that. I'm gonna have to climb on this bucket to get to the saddle. I'm just dead. Okay, minor details, not really that big of a deal, but I just thought it was funny. It'd also be cool if you could like open up the shutters or something. Again, it's a cosmetic item for your yard. Usually cosmetic items don't have a whole lot of things they do usually. Of course, like there's a few special ones you can get, like the Watcher in the Water one that like grabs you or something. Cosmetic things, but this is really cool. I greatly like this. So now let's check out the other cosmetic things that you're here for that. Like the plants. So it says that these are homestead row of growing eggplant. It's for a large yard, it said. So if you hover them, they'll always explain, right? A category, furniture, yard, or mobile yard, okay? So that could be really anything, but let's just check them out here. So this is a really tiny thing. Again, remember, you can move stuff around, right? Around in this game. So this is what I was saying about you could like move things to a certain area. Cool. All right, so that's what that one looks like. Again, if I save it, let's look what it looks like visually. It looks pretty good visually. Now, again, there's a little bit of the 2D thing going on, but that's just kind of how this game, the engine, right? They've been just multi-increasing textures and layering things, which is kind of technically how all video game works. It just, it's newer things are a little more cleaner, so you don't notice it as easy. But if you look at most games, you can see things still. But I love the leaves. Really good textures on the leaves compared to how things used to look. It's fantastic. So this is obviously eggplant, without even reading it, but I think it said eggplant, right? Yeah, it did. Okay. Again, if you can know what the plant is without reading, that's good. I'm assuming this is a watermelon. It's watermelons. Look at that. Cool. You can't make it go up and down. Oh, I wonder why. Because it's a plant. They want it to be in the ground, so there's not like floating plants in the sky. Watermelon, another kind of watermelon. So again, it's just a bunch of versions of the watermelons, right? Or the veggie stuff. So why don't we just run through some of these cosmetics here? All right, let's look at this one here. What does this one look like? Okay, it's just a barrel. Cool. We like barrels. We like riding down barrels in rivers, especially we dwarves. Bucket for homestead. All right, just a bucket. Cool. Again, you could pair that with your cosmetic one for your hands. So you like pick up the bucket, right? If you're gonna like really role play, right? Again, I don't. Who has time for that? But you know, I'm sure there's someone out there who would enjoy that. Homestead chisel. Oh, interesting. It's just a little chisel. What? It's so tiny. It's so tiny. Homestead chisel. You know, just it's like in the ground though. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Homestead. Let's see what this one does here. All right, we got a box. Very cool. Oh, here we go. Oh no, sorry, never mind. I thought for a second it could go on the box. I was like, wait, can it go on the box? No, I'm just being silly. You know, me just looking for things. Oh, we got it. Okay, a little haystack. Again, I like little tufts coming out. Oh, I used to play on these up in the Sierra Nevadas with my friends, and then I found out later I'm really allergic to hay. Oh, I miss those days though. It's fun to play on haystacks. All right, anyway, there's another one you could do cosmetically. Nice. I'm not gonna you can save and then it'll stop flashing, but it's gonna take too long if I do that for every single one. So we're just gonna kind of fly through them here. We have the homestead horseshoe. It's just a horseshoe. So again, remember, some of these are not really for the yard. It says you can put them in the yard, but they're furniture for wall, it says. So technically this is supposed to probably go inside your house, not just on the ground like that, sticking in the ground. That's why it looks weird, but I'm not gonna run inside and do that because it's just a horseshoe. You guys know what a horseshoe looks like, come on. Right? All right, and then we got a nice little workbench. All right, again, these are furniture, so this could go inside your house. This could go outside. It's a nice looking workbench. Good little cosmetic there. And then we just have a bunch of veggies. Let's just fly through some of these veggies. And again, the only reason, I know some of you were like, oh, we don't need to go through every veggie, but you know, some people are gonna wanna see what they look like. That's the whole point of doing this guide video, right? So there's one right there, right? It's a beet. Again, I can tell exactly what they are. So they did a very good job in that area. This is for a ceiling. Homestead hanging beets. Okay, so that one we'd have to go inside for. So we'll go inside for that one in a second. There's some more beets just kind of laying on the ground that you pulled them out. They look nice. I like it. All right, let's see. Let's open up. Let's bring a couple more of these things out here. So again, you could make your inside of your house kind of look like a farmer's homestead too, with like hanging things on the roof and stuff. I think that's the idea. There's a broccoli, great textures. I'm gonna save it so you can see the details on it there. Looks great to me. That's fantastic. It's actually it's so much better textured than the grass. It's actually like funny, but you know, things are being upgraded. All right, so we have another ceiling one. We'll look at that inside. Let's look at this one. It's just a carrot with some coming out of the ground. All right, we got a cauliflower. Very cool. All right, we got a, what is this? Spinach? Celery? Oh, it's celery. Okay, yeah. Cool, cool. Again, sorry, this part's a little bit more on the boring side, but for those people who really want to see every little plant that it comes with, I want to make sure you all can see it. We got is that an onion? It is an onion. Okay. At least all the plants make a lot of sense. They look really good. We got a pumpkin, right? Pumpkin, yeah. Okay. Good textures on the leaves. I really like how it looks. I'm assuming that's a cabbage. Yep, that's a cabbage. My cabbages! Don't worry, guys. We're no cabbage salesman here. Okay, growing red lettuce. Okay, cool. And regular lettuce, right? Nice. Cool. They look really good. All right, and then let's go ahead and pull out these last ones and see what else we got here. Yeah, so I'm seeing why they gave this carry-all now. This is a lot of cosmetic things, like a lot. Look at how many they gave us. This is crazy. Okay, so we got a pumpkin. All right, let's just fly through some of these. We got a gourd. Okay. Spinach. Yep, spinach. Okay. See if you can name it before I say it. Is that supposed to be, oh, it's sweet peas, right? Or peas? Bean pole. Yeah, it's beans. Okay. Is this grapes? Oh no, it looks like another kind of, oh, cucumber. Oh, okay, okay. Got it. Another squash. Okay. Very good. All right, let's pull the rest of these out. Yeah, there's a whole lot. I probably shouldn't have put them into my carry-all because then I had to take them out. All right, let's see what else we got here. Watermelon. And another watermelon. Yep. All right. Another watermelon, just different versions. We've got a basket of red beets. We have a basket of broccoli. We got a basket of carrots. Oh, man. So exciting. That's a joke. These are just vegetables, guys. Again, I wouldn't go through every single one if it wasn't the fact that this whole point of this video is looking at everything in this coffer. So bear with me. All right, there's that one. Hopefully this is good for those couple people who really want to see every single cosmetic. All right. There is greens. All right, I guess it just doesn't, they don't care. There's a nice little row of those. There's a nice little row of those. Now, I think one thing that would be nice is they gave a cosmetic yard thing. They could give, like, you could put like 50 of these in. And I'm going to look if that's here. But I think that would have been a nice little addition. Just because there's so many things here that you would never have enough locations in your actual yard. Because, like, even with the premium house here, I'm pretty sure I only have, like, I don't know, maybe 30 outside things. I'm not quite sure how many. I'd have to count it. All right, row of those, a row of lettuce, row of onions, some those. All right, pumpkins. Don't mind the seagull. He's just waiting to come eat my stuff after I plant it. Yard. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, I like that one. The beans again. And a row of huge yard eggplant again? Cucumbers. Oh, those are cucumbers. Okay. Sweet. All right, so there we go. We've gone through all of them except for the hanging ceiling ones. So let's go into the hanging ceiling ones. Again, I really like the barn. I like the barn a lot. It's really, really cool. And again, as you can see, I do have a lot of things on this part of the yard that I could put stuff in. That's what all these glowy things are, right? They're customizing the yard. But if you count, I really only have about, you know, there's like 6 there, there's like 5 there, and there's like 10 up here. So I think one thing that would have been a nice little addition to this pack is something that you could put a lot of these vegetables in. So maybe like a massive, like enormous yard, or just a huge yard, and then it had slots to fit all of these cosmetically however you want to put them. Like it had like 40 slots on it, right? So you could just plant the plants like a little garden patch. I think that would have been a cool little addition. Just a side note, right? Again, I love this game. I think this is a great little cosmetic thing that they did for a supporter pack, but I was just thinking about some other ideas. So I wonder if they could do that somehow, making yard items have the ability, or inside items, to put other items on cosmetically for housing. I think that'd be a really cool addition to the game. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Because this game I already love how they added how you can customize and move anything around the house however you want. But anyway, we're gonna use this roof spot to see these hanging things. So let's see what they look like. All right, we got the hanging carrots. What? I don't see any carrots. Where are my carrots? Maybe I can't use that slot. Let me read these again. Ceiling. Okay, let's try a different ceiling spot. I'm not sure why I didn't get my carrots when I did the ceiling there. Let's try this one. Huh. I'm not entirely sure why I can't see the hanging ceiling ones. That's not promising, is it? Do I have a different ceiling I can use here? Different type of ceiling? I wonder if it has something to do with my roofing stuff. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to my other house, the regular house, and see if there's a difference. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why those two aren't working on the ceiling there. Don't worry, we're gonna check the other house real fast. That would be good. Anyway, overall, I think that it is definitely worth it, this pack, just for the fact that it gives you all of those mithril coins. Because if you look how much mithril coins are worth, but I mean, honestly, you're not really gonna need that many mithril coins unless you're using them to travel, or you're gonna buy a house, like the premium housing. So mithril coins do have some good things you can use them for, but it's really not like super needed. Oh, sorry. That's what was happening. There's nothing wrong with the other house. It was just, apparently it put it into the ceiling automatically, which is not ideal. But there you go. You could have hanging veggies. You know, there's my mistletoe. It's you know, red. It's carrots, and this is for a rabbit. No, I'm just kidding. And beets. I mean, they're kind of cool that they hang. But again, I feel like the fact that it's only a single thing hanging on your roof, I could move them right next to each other, right? So if I wanted to, if I didn't have it on the ceiling, I could go and move them over to the side somewhere, right? Like on the side of the, like, again, the customization of moving stuff around is awesome in these houses. But I could do this, so they're like hanging, and I could move these right next to it. But realistically, I can only have 2, right? They only gave us 2 of the hanging ones. But and then you could also do, right, you could do cosmetically any of these in your house, right? But it doesn't make sense to have those growing on the floor, right? You could do it, but it'd make more sense to use like this one, right? That they're inside a little basket, right? You brought them in. Or, you know, you could have a little thing here, like bucket. Again, that's cool, but you see what I'm saying? Again, it'd be kind of neat if they would have added a thing where you could like also use them inside another cosmetic item they gave you, like a big dirt bed, right, for gardening or something like that. I don't know. I think that could have been a neat little extra addition. But overall, so I would rate this when it comes to the usefulness of it, I'd give it like a 8 out of 10, right, for this set. I like the cosmetic items and stuff, but overall, unless you really want that barn and you really would use all these cosmetic vegetables and stuff, and also just the fact that it gives you a housing carryall is fantastic. Of course, now that we realize most all the carryall stuff is going to be what they give you with these veggies, right? So most everything you're going to have are these veggies. That's why they gave it to you. I still think it would have been nice if they made it some way you could use the barn a little more as a cosmetic item, or also make it where you have some kind of bed cosmetic item you could put all these veggies in to make a big garden of veggies. You could still do it to an extent, but you kind of have to use your whole yard and move them all to one area, right, with the little moving thing. So, but again, it gives you a carryall, it gives you the 3 cosmetic things, it gives you title the farmer, it gives you a great dance emote. Really like the dance emote. That's a huge plus in my mind. But, and I really like the barn. The veggies, again, they look really good. I just wish there was somewhere I could use them slightly easier because there's not a whole lot of things, unless they're thinking about adding more housing slots to put stuff in. I think that would be a great thing. Across the board, regular houses that you buy in game with earned money, or the premium houses or kinship houses or anything, I think them adding more housing hooks and more outside yard slots, like maybe like triple them for all 3, depending on, I think that would be good, especially because of like additions like this where they're like, here we have all these veggies. If you had along the edge of the yard like 20 spots, and the whole point is so you can move whatever you want around the yard, that would be perfect, right? For the veggies, you could have 20 of them along the edge, right? Again, these are just ideas. I love this game. I'm always trying to support it and give good ideas. I know that some things are easier to do than others when it comes to programming and their team and what they're focusing on. But again, overall, I like it. If this is pretty much just fun and just a supporter pack, though. The only thing that's really getting you that might help you with in-game stuff is the mithril coins. But realistically, even if to most of my free-to-play players, you don't really need those mithril coins, right? So again, this is going to be more for those people who want to support the game. But I still like it. I still love the barn. I like the cosmetic animals the most, and the things you hold, and also the barn. And then I really like the dance emote. Okay, so those are the things I really liked about it. So again, pretty good. I definitely like it. But I feel like it was a little hard to use the veggies efficiently because there's so many of them and you don't have enough slots to use them, right? And it'd be really cool if that barn could be used more like another building, kind of like some of the crafting buildings, but like maybe it has a crafting station hook to it, or spots you could put veggies, or put, again, a cosmetic look of one of your mounts you've collected, any of your mounts, or pets, or just the pets, you know, just where you like click attach, you know, kind of the same way they do cosmetics, right, is what I'm thinking, right? Same way you do a cosmetic weapon and you drop a cosmetic weapon here, you no longer have to have the weapon, right? But you still have the weapon separately. Same thing with mounts is what I was thinking in the barn, right? You could go into your collection, go into your mounts, drag and drop this into a little slot on the barn, maybe like 4 or 5 slots along those little barn spots, and you could have, you know, your boar, your elk, your horse, your nimble-footed goat, whatever, cosmetically. What do you guys think? Those are my thoughts. And again, did enjoy making this, and it is cool. Very glad I got it, but thought now you have a full view for anyone who wants to know about it. Thanks so much. Have a great day in Middle-earth. Thank you, Skumley, for being a Royal Guard. Subscribe button's there if I earned it. Next episode's up there. And my Lord of the Rings voiceovers and Lord of the Rings Online is right over there. Have a great day in Middle-earth, guys. I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Baruch Kazad! Kazad, I mean.